I'm Calvin Bogart. I'm the Drainage and Erosion Manager for Cardinal Strategies. I got my construction engineering degree from Texas Tech and got into civil construction for 11 years before I came over to Cardinal Strategies and started working with Jerry Sanders on erosion and drainage projects. The really complex projects are my favorite because we're not afraid to tackle some things that most people would shy away from. I think most of our clients have had several people try to work on it and not be able to come to a real solution to the problem. They're just typically putting Band-Aids on. One of the things that I think Cardinal prides itself in is a long-term solution that people aren't just going to have to come back to in a few years and readdress. A lot of the people who call us have no idea what the solution needs to be. We often get called for jobs that people assume are erosion problems, and it turns out it's actually a drainage problem and a bank failure instead of erosion from a creek channel that's causing the issue. We want a permanent solution. We don't want our name attached to something that's just going to be a short-term fix. We're trying to get to the root of the problem so that it's no longer a problem. One of the big things with water is people will try to overpower it, and you can't do that. You can't overpower it. If water's been going somewhere for thousands of years, it's going to continue to go there. So it's better to accommodate it and allow it to pass through without having a negative impact on the property. Those are the solutions we try to implement. We try to find the root of where that water's trying to pass and get it to where it wants to go without being destructive. Anybody can come and find a failing retaining wall and just say, yeah, you need to replace your retaining wall. But if you don't tell them why it needs to be replaced, then the next wall is going to fail just as quickly. And so we want to explain to people, hey, here's exactly why your retaining wall is failing. We also try to look at things as environmentally friendly way as possible. So we do a lot of soft armoring, a lot of sustainable stuff with vegetation that allows the vegetation to withstand the flow that's coming through, but still keeps the kind of the integrity of the creek the way it was intended to be. It's also better for wildlife. It shouldn't be something that no one wants to look at or kids can't be around because it's dangerous. As much as possible, we're trying to change it back to a natural creek bank. That's something that I think that gets taken for granted a lot. People see an issue and they immediately assume that they need to come in and pour some concrete on it or erect a big stone wall. Sometimes that just creates more problems, and it really just changes the look, changes the dynamic. We want the finished product to look like there isn't anything that's changed there, That's something that we really try to incorporate into our designs. I guess we just kind of prioritize the long-term effects, and we'd much rather have people sing our praises for 20 years than calling us back in a couple years and needing another repair.